I finally get to lay my hands on the OBSBOT Tiny 2, the first AI-powered PTZ webcam. Hi guys, and welcome to the Product Village. My name is Nathan Flowrocker, and today we are going to be reviewing the first of its kind, the OBSBOT Tiny 2, the first AI-powered PTZ camera. Let's get straight into it. Now, when you open up the OBSBOT Tiny 2, it comes with the camera and a USB-C cable, as well as a stand. Now, the stand is basically where the OBSBOT will sit on, and you can place this on your laptop or anywhere you decide, to film from. Now, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 is the first of its kind. It's different, it's intelligent, it's smart. And like I said, once you hear AI, you should know there are tons of stuff packed in there. Now, the OBSBOT 2 is powered via USB-C behind, and that's the cable. I mean, the cable I showed you the first time, that's the cable you actually use to connect it. Now, it actually comes with a USB-C to USB-C cable. So basically, for those who intend to use this camera on their laptops, it has an adapter here, and here it is. The adapter is actually USB-C to USB 3.0. So basically what you do is you attach that to this and you are good to go. Now, one of the things I love about this camera is the fact that it shoots from 1080p to 4K. To use the OBSBOT, you need to be able to use it either on your laptop or your desktop. Now, when it comes to connectivity, the moment you attach the OBSBOT to your system, sometimes it just might come up and install itself. But I realized that unlike some people who actually were able to, connect the OBSBOT directly and it installed itself, for me, I had to go to the OBSBOT.com website and get the software, install that on my macOS before I was able to get access to the features of the scam. So if you are fortunate, if you connect it to your laptop, whether you're using Windows or Mac, if it works for you, fine. But if it doesn't, don't be afraid. Just head over to the OBSBOT.com and go into the products, click on the Tiny 2. You get the option for download. You can download the software as well as the firmware. So obviously, as at the time you're probably buying this, there's an update. So with the firmware, you can update the OBSBOT too. Now, upon installation, when you're done installing the OBSBOT Tiny 2 on your system, it gives you something called the OBSBOT Center. It gives you the capacity to be able to control all the features of the Tiny 2. You have access to the image, you have access to the console, you have access to the preview. Once you get used to the interface, it becomes pretty easy to use. Now, when it comes to the audio of the Tiny 2, it's pretty impressive that a camera this small is actually an omnidirectional. It has an omnidirectional microphone with a noise cancellation. For those of you who don't understand what an omnidirectional mic is, it means the mic has access to anything within like a 180-degree axis. So if you're speaking around that axis of the OBSBOT, the microphone picks up your voice intelligibly without any interference. And that's why it's called noise cancellation as well. It basically makes sure that the only audio that is being broadcasted is your voice in front of the camera. The OBSBOT Tiny 2 also has voice command prompts. There are prompts to wake it up, to put it to sleep. You can basically give it tons of, instructions. It's called a PTZ camera. It means it's a camera that has the capacity to pan left or right, to tilt up or down, and to zoom in or out. And then speaking about gestures, the OBS Bot Tiny 2 comes with a number of gestures that I find pretty interesting. I remember when I installed it at home, I was able to use it for a Zoom call, for a Zoom meeting, and it was pretty interesting using it because it saved me the stress of having to get about 2 or 3 cameramen who will be panning left, right, and zooming in or out. With the Tiny 2, it basically replaces 2 to 3 cameramen at the same time. Now, the gestures for zooming in were pretty interesting. For you to bring it to zoom in, you need a gesture like this. Once you do this, it basically zooms in on you. But I want you to zoom out, you need both hands. So both hands have to be this way. The moment you pull your hands aside, the camera zooms out on you and gives you a wider view. I find that pretty interesting, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy using this camera. The advantage of having the Tiny 2 compared to having just a native webcam on your laptop is that on your laptop, once you move out of a certain view, you cannot be seen anymore. But with a PTZ camera, with the Tiny 2, anywhere you go to, it tends to follow you, follows you everywhere you go. Now, when it comes to audio, when I was having my conference call, I decided to use a Hollyland lapel mic because the thing with every microphone, no matter how good they are, the moment you start moving away from the cam, it means your voice is going to start sounding distant, and the microphone gets to pick everything in the room, including your voice. So that just didn't sound cool. So what I did when I was having my Zoom call was to use my Hollyland lapel mic, and I connected that to my system. I didn't have to deal with the fact that I was using just the mic of the OBS Bot. So if you intend moving around and you're in a place where it's probably tiled or the sound is bad, I may advise you, if you're going to be moving around, to get a mic so you have very clean audio. That's just my advice. Now, in terms of pricing, the OBS Bot Tiny 2 as at today goes for $299, approximately $300 as at today when I'm making this review. But other than that, I think I love this cam. Please leave a comment in the comment section. If you've bought it or you intend to buy it, let me know. If you've bought it and you like it, let me know. If there are 1 or 2 things you don't like, let me know. Or if you discover some other stuff on the OBS Bot Tiny 2, please let me know. Until then, ciao.